Hi guys, welcome to Manoeuvre Education. Today we have Omkar Patil and he scored 122 marks out of 150 in MH Law CT 5 years 2021. He is from Mumbai, Maharashtra only and posh area, matlab Bandra side, Bandra only. So Omkar, hello, hi, good morning.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir. Then,
Good
sir.
evening. अभी जय हिंद बोलोगे, गुड इवनिंग बोले, गुड इवनिंग, अपन गुड इवनिंग बोले, गुड मॉर्निंग बोलते हैं.
Good evening is fine. Good morning, sir.
ओके, हेलो, कैसे हो?
Sir, all good, sir. How are you?
I am also good. I am also fine. And once again, congratulations for
Thank you.
122.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So before I start questioning about your preparation part and other area, tell me about yourself, like academic background, how this law idea came into the picture. MH Law CT कब सुना, कब start किया preparation?
Yes, sir. I completed my 10th standard from state board, and after that, I came to know that I have a huge interest in current affairs, like studying about GK, studying about the political and social issues that are there in the country. Like I always have a knowledge, and I always keep myself updated about these topics that are going around. So I later chose to give NDA, National Defense Academy exam, sir. So for my further studies, I went to Kolhapur into a military hostel, Armed Forces Preparatory Institute. I studied there for 2 years along with my CBSE. I also covered NDA, and then I gave my attempts of NDA, but unfortunately I couldn't clear the written exam, sir. And then just before the law exam, one of my friends, Akshata, she suggested that why don't you give this exam, law exam? Why don't you try and put your knowledge into use? So I decided why not give it a chance? Why not give it a go? So I decided to give this exam. I came to know about the exam from her. Like I had no pre-idea about the exam, like about what MHCET actually is, what are the type of questions that are asked there. So after meeting her, she cleared all of my doubts. She even provided me with a book. So I started studying for the exam just about 2 or 2.5 months before the exam, and then I prepared it, sir.
Okay, great. So when you started your preparation, I mean, what are the obstacles came across?
So like one thing I would like to tell you, sir, that GK, current affairs section, political section, I had no problem with it, sir, because in my daily studies that I used to do for NDA, all these things are already covered. So all the problem I faced was in the logical reasoning part. Logical reasoning, but many of they told me that you will surely encounter a problem here, that you are not well versed with the topics that are asked, that the topic of the type of questions that are asked here. So I thought, why not give it a chance and why not study about it? So I dug deeper into it and I studied and I also studied about the things that are there, like the legal contracts and all. So basically, it all started from there. As such, no problems encountered, sir.
Okay, okay. So if you talk about this section, logic हो गया, maths हो गया, English, legal and current affairs. So
Yes.
ये पांचों सेक्शन में से कौन सा सेक्शन टफ लगे और उसको कैसे टैकल किया आपने?
Sir, to be frank, sir, logic section, like logical reasoning and also legal aptitude. I faced a problem there. In the logic section, I specifically faced problem in the analogy section, in the arrangement section, and in the blood relation part.
Okay.
Like I was not very good at it first, but then I practiced and I brushed up my skills over there too. And speaking about maths, I thought that even maths would be a bit tougher. But as we know that there was one question in the paper, 50% of 50 they asked. So it's not as such tough maths. All the wide spectrum you get in front of you. But normal basic questions you get asked about maths in there are the ratio and proportion, the profit and loss. It's just the basic.
Yes, for maths this year the paper was very easy. All because the body who conducted the paper was altogether different than the IBPS. Had it been IBPS, then the paper could have, at the toughest point. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And sir, English was never such a problem. English part was as smooth as butter. तो वहाँ पे कोई problem encounter नहीं हुआ मुझे. And even in the math section, it was all good. I faced problem in the arrangement section. There was one question, sir, about quadrilateral arrangement, about four things. I don't correctly remember it, but if I'm not wrong, there was one question. You have to arrange a gym, a clubhouse, one bell, and
Mhm.
it had 5 sub questions into it. So I
Hmm.
thought while attempting the question paper, I thought why to waste time on this. So I first carried on with my rest of the paper, and then after I got some time after solving all my easy questions, I went on to that question and I solved it. Actually, it had to do with logic, sir. It had to be that you should be practicing about it. The arrangement section and the blood relation part, the logical part can only be done with practice.
What about English?
Sir, English no problem as such because I daily read newspapers, so never a problem.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Legal, how about legal?
The legal also it was fine, no problem as such.
No problem as such. And
Yes,
GK
sir.
used to preparing for the NDA, so GK was not a big deal.
Yes, sir.
And maths, as usual, I mean, this year it was very easy.
Yeah, it was
50% of
good.
50 they had asked. So,
Yes, sir.
but yeah, you should. This year paper was easy. That is why this happened. But every year it is not so. So you have to
Yes,
prepare
sir.
for all kind of toughness.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But when I attempted the mock paper, sir, it was tough there. I in my mock test that I attempted, I hovered around 90 to 95. I never scored more than 100 in my mock tests.
Mhm.
So I got this feeling that if the papers are tough, then how could I get into GLC if I would not be able to manage marks more than 110 or more than 120? But yet here I am scoring 122.
Mhm. Right. During your preparation, was there any kind of a demotivation or the pat it down moment?
No, sir. To be frank, there was no such incident. But while preparing for the exam, I got this feeling that my main motive is to get into NDA. I'm doing this as to, I mean, just my friend suggested, so I'm giving this exam. So there was no demotivation as such, but I was
Mhm.
getting held back because my main focus was in NDA.
Mm.
So I didn't give much time for this. Like I used to study half an hour or 1 hour per day, but I consistently studied. So that's what helped me. And there was no such demotivational phase in my studying program, sir.
Have you cleared your NDA exam?
No, sir. No, sir. I attempted it thrice, but all the 3 times I couldn't clear. I couldn't manage the written exam itself, sir. I have one more attempt remaining as of now.
Mhm. So, okay. So prepare for, I mean, for it so that you can crack that one last attempt.
I'm aiming to.
Okay. Those who are preparing for upcoming year 2022, 23, 24, what tips or the suggestion you want to give them?
Like yes, sir. I would like to tell them that there are some sections in the syllabus where you don't have to dig deeper. Like
Hmm.
even if you study the surface part of it, it's all good with you. Like in the maths, if you go on good with your basics, you'll never face a problem over there. You'll never encounter a problem there. And also for the GK and current affairs sections, I would highly recommend them reading newspapers. Like it really helped me a lot. To be frank, it really helped me. And also about the English part, even if you come across some new words, like go and check out the definition of it. Even if you read it once, you have it fresh in your mind that yes, this is the word that is associated with this meaning. So English part you can go through like that. Maths is not a problem because the questions are not too hard, like the surface level questions that are the basic questions. For arrange for logical section, I would specifically like tell all of you all to practice a lot because you only need practice there. There's nothing such ki ek din mein maine pad liya and the next day I know everything about arrangement. The next day I know everything about blood relations. You have to practice a lot. Like every day, little part of it. You have to give all you've got to be well versed with all the topics that are there. So that's one point. And to be frank, sir, my center was Mira Road. So when I traveled there, I saw that many students outside the gate were still studying, like till the last minute. And to be frank, so out of the peer pressure, I also went and took my phone out, and mine was the second slot. Okay, sir.
Mhm.
So I checked that what are the questions that are asked in the first slot. So that really helped me. That 2 questions were repeated in the second slot. The one question about the RTI, which country the RTI was enacted first. It was in Sweden. So the question was repeated in the second slot also, and about the Telangana question, like which state was formed in 2014. So those 2 questions helped me in my second slot. So you can't deny all the possibilities that last minute preparation don't help. You have to prepare till the very end, sir. Like, this is also suggestion that I'll give them.
So analysis you got of whom?
Sir, I logged into your channel and I found a video of yours telling about the paper that the slot one paper was too easy. But then too, I was not assured कि जब तक मैं paper देखता नहीं तब तक मुझे कैसे पता चलेगा. So the paper I was ensured कि yes, I was confident that I'm definitely going to get more than 120 marks. Still, it's 122. It's good for MS candidate, I think. Yes, sir.
Great. So once you saw your result 122 आ गया, so how was the feeling?
Sir, really happy, sir. I मतलब mocks में तो कभी 100 cross किया नहीं. I never got part the 100 score. लेकिन फिर इसमें 122 आया तो खुशी हुई sir.
Great. So finally मेहनत सफल हुई अपनी.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So guys, this is what the Omkar from Omkar side. So all the podcasts which are coming up, kindly keep watching it and learn from the people, those who have cleared the exam, so that you can also clear and take and understand how they have managed to crack and implement the same thing. Implement the same thing what they are saying in terms of the preparation, in terms of the tips, last minute preparation, analysis through analysis. Also 2 to 3 marks you can improve. So all these things matters. And yeah, you will be getting the analysis तो definitely I will write exam every year, तो analysis तो सारे slots की मिलती है अपने को, ठीक है. So this is what from Omkar side. Once again, Omkar, congratulations and all the best for JLC Mumbai.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.